The Democratic mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, seems to have developed a soft spot for Donald Trump and might even switch over to the GOP. Many people saw this sort of thing coming from Adams, who avoided criticizing Trump on the campaign trail. Since Trump's ascension to the White House, Adams has spoken glowingly about Elon Musk, a confidant of Trump tasked with making government more efficient. The mayor is set to sit down with Tom Homan, the incoming border czar, next week to talk about plans to deport undocumented immigrants. He spoke about it during a press conference a few days ago. Take a look.
Those who are here committing crimes, robberies, shooting at police officers, raping innocent people, have been a harm to our country. I want to sit down and hear the plan on how we're going to address them. Those are the people I am talking about, and I would love to sit down with the border czar and hear his thoughts on how we're going to address those who are harming our citizens. In the era of cancel culture, no one's afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me, because I'm going to protect the people of the city.
Cancel him. Now, that in and of itself doesn't mean Adams, who previously was part of the GOP, is shifting back. However, during an interview with NY1, he didn't rule out the possibility, saying point blank when asked, "I'm a part of the American Party. I love this country." When asked to clarify in another interview with Pix 11, he again avoided the question. "No matter what party I'm on or vote on, I'm going to push for American values," he said, arguing that officials need to move beyond parties altogether and work in concert to solve voters' problems. Now, people are smart and can put two and two together with Adams. If Adams gets on Trump's good side, that means there's a chance all of his federal corruption charges might just go away. In late September, prosecutors from the Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office indicted Adams on 5 counts, including accepting bribes from figures connected to the Turkish government. The stakes for the outspoken mayor are high. A conviction could result in up to 45 years in prison should he be found guilty on all counts. However, because of Adams' soft touch with Trump throughout the campaign and his reluctance to align himself with Vice President Kamala Harris, several avenues for absolution have opened up. Not only could Trump alter the way federal prosecutors handle the case, he could pardon Adams should they convict him. Trump has already announced his plans to replace the U.S. attorney prosecuting Adams with his former SEC chief, Jay Clayton. So a pardon would just be the icing on the cake. And the Trump camp is fully aware that this is what Adams wants. It's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? Says a member of Trump's presidential transition team, one of 3 sources familiar with the situation who talked to Rolling Stone about Mar-a-Lago's attitude towards the mayor. How long until the actual begging and love letters start? Waz, you've got roots in New York. What do you think of America's mayor? Do you think he's going to get a pardon? Do you think he's going to win Trump's favor?
Well, I'm actually here in Los Angeles, the New York City of California, just in case you guys were not sure. Eric Adams, you mentioned he used to be in the GOP, man. This dude is basically a concoction of a bunch of the moneyed interests in New York, mainly the real estate folks, who are very powerful interests in the city. And I say that to say, like, this guy has no ideology or politics. He's a completely wholly disgusting, self-interested dude, and he will go wherever the wind blows. And of course, he was, playing footsie with Donald Trump throughout the presidential campaign and trying to signal to his people like, hey, man, I'm on your side. Like, I want to be down with you. But the problem for him is that, one, Donald Trump has already been elected. So that means you have nothing to offer these people. Why would they throw you a life raft? You're not one of the January 6th supporters that beat police over the head for Donald Trump. Yeah, maybe he might get one of those people off scot-free. But Eric Adams has never done anything and he's useless to these people. So why would they throw him a bone in any way, shape, or form? This dude is a clown. He's sad, he's pathetic, and I do think he's ultimately gonna get his comeuppance here, folks.
Well, it only took an hour for me to finally be able to disagree with Waz. He's black and he's prone to disinformation. Therefore, he will get the pardon, okay? Because what's it really to Donald Trump? New York turned its back on the Donald. And so this is one way, a perfect way to kind of get back in there and kind of just stick it to people who have wanted his name off of things. So I think he'll get it because, pardons are no big deal. They're just being handed out like lollipops.
This does come with its own set of consequences, including a potential to lose his primary next year. State Senator Zelnor Myrie, who's challenging Adams, said in a statement, "At a time when the Republican Party has never been more out of line with New York values, we need a mayor who isn't scared to call himself a Democrat. Donald Trump is determined to roll back climate protections, voting rights, Social Security, reproductive freedoms, and critical measures to curb gun violence, rights that New York fought tirelessly to win. Instead of playing footsie with the next president, we need a mayor with the courage to stand up for our city." Adams did clarify today he does plan to run as a Democrat next year, but his attitude still leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. "I've been a Democrat for many years, and I'm going to run for my reelection as a Democrat. Those who don't like it, they will cancel me," he said. "I say, cancel me. I'm for America. But first, stop is Istanbul." Isn't that right, Waz?
Hey man, this dude was taking connecting flights from Turkey to get to Argentina. This fool was so cheap and had the crazy ways he was bending himself into pretzels just to get a cheap flight, man. It was nuts. You don't remember those buddy pass people or like the standby people where they would be in the airport for hours on standby instead of just getting a flight? That's Eric Adams with the Turkish Airlines, man. Sad and sick this guy is.
Who thought we'd miss Bill de Blasio? Can he run again and maybe he can take New York in a different direction? Still,
De Blasio was very inept, very disappointing, but at least he gave the people universal pre-K. Right. That's like a thing that like people are really happy about. He did one nice thing. Eric Adams has done diddly squat for anybody except for show up to every freaking nightclub with every rapper.
Popping bottles.
With his son, who's like a rap producer, by the way. That was the thing going on right there. He was trying to get his son to pass beats to Fat Joe and A Boogie with the hoodie. It was just quite pathetic. His run has been, this is a great, great city. I'm a proud New Yorker, but Eric Adams, he makes the city look bad for sure.
Well, we do strive for accuracy here. And Waz, I do want to point out that Eric Adams did wage the war on rats, something no other New York mayor was brave enough to do
that.
They're still running wild.
I was chased by one just 2 months ago.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. I really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.